Hey guys, Romie here. So yes, it's that time for the reunion of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 15, technically. Reunion Part 1. Yes, it's an absolute mess. Look, at times it was a little draining. It starts off with what matters most. I guess what matters most. This whole contrived, producer-written thing of Alexis Sky versus Masika. Jesus, that was draining. And so because Alexis Sky, yes, she confirms, which we already knew, that she was pregnant with Fetty Wap's baby, and Solo Lucci didn't appreciate that because he felt like, hey, that's my baby, and they're like, what's going on? Yes, that has to be my baby because at the end of the day, you were... Shout out to Nina. Nina was hilarious. Whoever was writing those jokes were hilarious, and her delivery was great. I appreciate that. You know what kind of irked me? I said, now, wait a minute. Why is Hazel like one of the best, dressed and looked people here in this reunion? That hurt me because Hazel irritated me this entire season. And yet she had the audacity to come on this reunion looking that good. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh. Maybe she saw how she was acting this season. It's going to calm down for the next one because she knows she's going to be on season 5. Anyway, back to... Alexis and Masika. Since Alexis was pregnant, they had to put her in a separate room just to make sure. And like I said, one person's calling the person's coochie this. Alexis, like, guess what? Your daughter's gonna have a sibling, and we all gonna be related. Ha ha ha. I said, yep. And that's exactly why we were irritated, because we knew that this was coming from a petty place, not a genuine place. I'm thinking Solo Lucci. We get it. You like the girl. It is what it is. Apparently, Chanel's actually friends with Alexis, so now Solo Lucci isn't even with Alexis. There was this really ridiculous back and forth banter between Masika and Alexis. It was like, oh, you know what? I got time today for you. I have time today for you. Why don't you come over here so I can go and put my third day in your mouth? Why don't you come here so we can go and scrap? I said, oh, someone just said she's pregnant. That's the reason why they made sure she was on stage. And yet you're saying that you want to fight her, and you don't see how ratchet this is, and you're playing into it, even though you're saying that she's the one trying to go and make a name for herself. She's trying to make a name for herself, trying to do her own thing, and one's calling the other person cum bucket, another person is calling person loosey goosey, another person. It was just a lot. It was a lot. I don't know why. Yes, I do know why. I wasn't entertained. I wasn't entertained in the traditional sense because it was just getting really irritating. And so I said, oh, this is doing too much. This is going on too long. Thankfully, something broke it up. And when I say something, I mean, then we had the issue of Hazel laughing like, because Zell, we bring it to the part that Zell really was trying to go and be the peacemaker initially. But then Zell said, look, I'm the type where it doesn't take much for me to go left. It doesn't take much for me to switch sides. He's Team Zell. That's all he cares about. And so if he has a problem with you tomorrow, then he has a problem with you. If he feels like saying something about you at any moment's time, he's going to do it. The whole thing with Ray is that we'll go into that a little bit later because right now it's just a lot. And I'm trying to think, what did Hazel say to piss him off? Let me see. Oh, that's what it was. It was actually Alexis. And Alexis was saying, tell them about the Xanax. I'm assuming that they're trying to say that Masika was in a Xanax haze or that she was acting loosey-goosey, acting a mess. Because that's what a lot of people do when they're on things like Xanax. And she didn't like that, especially from Hazel, who was making fun of it. And so then out of nowhere, Moniz was essentially saying, you know what, Hazel, why are you laughing over there while you're bearing? I said, damn, are we doing that today? Are we really doing that today? So now all three of them got up, and it's a fight. It's a fight. Did anyone touch each other? No, because, there's like 4 security guards per person. So there was no physical contact. But when I tell you that there could have been, it irritates me because Hazel was actually MIA for the rest of the reunion. She just wanted to go be seen, say her little part, and she was done. I said, Hazel, if you're really bad about it, why didn't you say there? Because Hazel was saying how, you know what, at the end of the day, a boss, a don like me, if anyone has a problem with me, I come and step to them. And that's what I did. I stepped, and she was going to be shook if it wasn't for security. I said, Hazel, you do this all the time. You do pop, 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 pop. And then when someone's ready to go bop, 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 you go, oh yeah, anyway, just get my bag and go. That's what you do. That is what we expect from you and expect of you. So I don't expect anything new. Now we get this transition with, now the focus is on AD and Moniece. So Moniece acknowledges the fact that she's crazy, she's cuckoo, she's a mess, but at the end of the day,
and they went to go do whatever. Well, we do know that Hazel is gone, so.
Oh yeah, they were talking about Hazel and Alexis and it being a mess, and Moniece is funny. She was like, you know, it's Pinky and Stinky, and they were going to do a dookie, and you know, now they're gone. But the focus goes on Tiffany and Moniece as well as AD. Now, AD says that she loves Moniece and Moniece loves her. They're going to go and make it work. They are a real relationship. They actually had sex on the first date. I said, okay, no, this is surprising. Keep going. Tiffany essentially said that due to AD divulging way too much to her, she, you know, grew to really dislike Moniece. And so now she's like, I know she's not a great person, so why I need to go and pretend like she is just because you're happy with her in the moment, that you come back to me and tell me stuff and say stuff. And of course I'm going to apologize to her. I don't like her and see her character, and she's a mess. And then we get this AD versus Tiffany, because AD is like, what about my happiness? What about me? Originally, I didn't think that maybe you liked me more than just being a friend. And Tiffany said, hold up. When I was 17 years old, we tried a little something. And that's when I decided 100% without a shadow of a doubt, it wasn't happening, bro. It wasn't happening for us. So I don't know what you think you're thinking, you're doing, but it's not going to happen. I don't feel that way you feel about me. Never, ever, ever, ever. Stop trying it. You're doing too much. And don't disrespect me like that ever again. Because why don't you go have a good life? I don't like her. You're not going to make me like her. Nothing's going to make me like her. So why don't you have a good life with her, together, forever, alone? But I did love, I loved when Nina said, what she say? She was like, Moniece, you know, Moniece dipped into the took to the lady pond like Michael Phelps takes to water. I said, who wrote that? Who wrote that? Keep them for the next reunions, because they need to stay. They need to stay. We saw these crazy band-aids on Ray J's face and hands, and apparently for his next generation scooty bikes, he needs to test them out. And he was like, better him than someone else get hurt. I said, yeah, better you than you have to pay out insurance for liability on someone else. But anyway, now we get to Ray J and doing the whole sperm thing. Again, Hazel isn't there, so we didn't get to say about that. But they're like, look, Hazel, she did something. We were surprised. She pulled it out there. She's a star. I said, wow, you Hollywood people really know how to pump someone up and feed them lies and convince us that you're telling the truth because you believe your lies. It's not. Anyway. And again, like my point, Nina brought it up. It was like, it's kind of interesting because Ray J didn't go and let you know that the issue was with him. It wasn't with you, so you're over there feeling like what's going on, what's wrong. And that's when Princess Love said, now, first off, we weren't actively trying to make a baby. We just weren't, she wasn't using birth control. He wasn't using any type of protection. So they're trying to figure out, okay, why isn't she pregnant? What's going on? And we said, okay, I understand that. But then, and you know, so there is that, and Ray J originally did the whole, he knew that there was a problem and he corrected it with his low sperm count. Now he beats Safari. I said, no, I don't care. I don't care. Most importantly, though, he cut out the smoking cigarettes. Notice how he clarified. He was like, smoking cigarettes. Because I feel like weed makes someone like Ray J really paranoid. So I don't think he can really do that. I'm like, why should you replace that with cigarettes though? That's crazy. And you're supposed to be a singer. See, that's the thing I'll never understand. These singers that do all that smoke inhalation, period, messes with the vocal cords. Unless it's like Vicks Vapor Rub or something like that. Most of the other stuff messes with your vocal cords, unless you like that raspy stuff. But I mean, unless you're a Marley, I'm not. I don't want to hear that. Really, just being honest. Just being honest. So what else happens? Hold on, y'all.
Try to bring your boys along.
Yeah. They bring out the fact that, Lyrica went and snitched, and Chanel said, wait a minute, it's girl code. Lyrica had to do what she needed to do to, help her girl out. And I said, okay, yeah, you're right. True word. She would have been upset, whatever. Now Keisha's on the scene. And Keisha was a little litty. I said, Keisha, what's going on over there? But before we talk about that, we do talk about the fact that Brooke and Booby, how their relationship went from, oh, we just friends, to, oh, we just... I love how Ray J really didn't want to be there. But just look at his face right now. Oh, we just friends, to, oh, we trying to figure something out. And next thing we're talking about is Keisha and Booby and how their co-parenting works and how their relationship works, and it's all good because they have the boundaries are set. And so when Brooke was saying, how are you trying to say that you're single and you like being single, or people trying to say that you like being single? He is a married man. No, he was a married man. He likes commitment. He likes this, he likes that. He said, excuse me, don't put words in my mouth. Like, what are you trying to do there? Hello, I want to go and hold around. What are you trying to do? That's why this divorce happened in the first place. Come on now. That's how Booby responded, like, yo, you gotta chill. I'm still gonna be in the streets. Keisha going and miming Booby like, yeah, I just want to go and do this. Like she's heard it all before. Heard it all before. Oh, that's a mess. And then we get to the Bridget Kelly. So Bridget, it's more so Bridget versus James. Because we need to clarify, was it one dude? Was it multiple dudes? James said, I said it was multiple because I meant it was multiple, more than two. Got it? Bridget was saying, oh, it doesn't really matter how many it is. I said, Bridget, if you're trying to go and accept the fact that, yeah, I did this and that, and at the end of the day, I'm still a boss, I'm still this and that, just acknowledge how many of the this and that's were that. Because we'll give you more expected kudos, and you just acknowledge it. Not trying to go and play it off, you kind of put it out there, and the dude that you cheated on multiple times with, even though he left his wife for you, and he still took you back afterwards, and now he decided, oh, he didn't want to do it. And yeah, he was right. Now look what's crazy. He called it anti-music, but I got the ballads and the stuff, the more mature content. Going from mature content to essentially 18, 19-year-old Instagram thottish type of look and vibe, and even if you could say music, which is fun and entertaining, but not for someone who was originally doing that mature stuff. That'd be like Adele doing it. We'll look at her like, you need to sit down somewhere. So I completely got what he was trying to say for her. But if that's what she wants to do, if that's what she feels in her spirit, he said, no, he essentially said, you're being fake both ways. You're lying about this whole how many dudes you slept with. You're lying about what you really want to do. You're just trying to see whatever hits, whatever works. That whole ballad stuff wasn't really working anymore. So now you're trying to go to this, ratchet stuff. But you ain't a ratchet. Stop being with the ratchets, or you'll become a ratchet. That's essentially what James is trying to say without doing all of that. But, Ray J was trying to defend the fact that, yeah, it was wrong for me to go. And I was trying to be economical, try to condense everything so that we could use the hotel room so I can go and be with my wife, so I can also do a photo shoot. Was it wrong? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I did what I did to do what I do. But then Nina said, hold up, you're trying to call her a hoe, regardless if she is or not. Why is it that you dudes, and I've seen you dudes on many occasions, go and be hoes, not yourself, and then want your girl to take you back, and then make your girl feel bad for not trying to take you back? How you trying to do that, and then, woo, when a woman cheats, And oh, she just a harlot. She just a hoe. You can't take her back. His man say, don't do it. You can't trust her. You can't trust her. You can't cuff her down. And then he said, again, there was multiple people. Long story short, is their relationship's over. Safari, he ain't slick. Safari's trying to see what he can do over there. He said, you know what? Sometimes at the end of the day, when things happen, things mend. You just need to go and acknowledge what happened and move on. You know, if your girl's cheating on you. I said, man, are you trying to tell us something with the whole Nicki Minaj thing? Because I always read into what Safari's saying. You can't take it at face value. He's trying to give you a word without just flat out saying it. So now we get to, okay.
Together, and some of these dudes got receding hairlines, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely think they should, because they still got it.
There's nothing wrong with a receding hairline.
Oh, okay. So now West Coast was asked, you were pretty excited about B2K reunion. Now, that was kind of odd within itself. She's like, yeah, because they're actually young enough to where they could still do it like how they did before. I said, And they would have to take it seriously because they were moving back in the day. But at least they don't look crazy. I said, I'll give you that. They don't look crazy. They age really well for a boy group. Period. Period. They age really well. So they could go and do something if they took it seriously. But no, it was just this whole thing of, and again, it actually starts to sound like Ray J. Still feels a little bit like, yeah, who? When they were talking about Boog, who? I said, let's not do that. And that's when Trisha says, you know, I know it's crazy because I felt like you were coming at me, but I didn't. I said, I apologize because I should have let you guys know what my intentions were truly and what I was going to do. But for you to come at me crazy as if I was, you know, trying to do something to you as well. And he's like, you know, you're right, because I know that wasn't your energy, that wasn't your vibe. We're actual friends. So that's it. That's cute, whatever. Safari comes out and do some B2K moves. The whole rage, obviously they're leaving it. They're leaving it. They're not going to go and try to be anything more than what they are right now, which is TV personalities, established CEOs, what have you. So that's the end of that. Now, we get to the final mess. And the final mess is, what is it? What is it? Jesus. Oh, God. It's essentially Zell versus Ray. And we kind of get the breakdown of what happened with Masika and Zell's relationship. And Zell acknowledges that he's the type where if he feels like, you know, a friend's flipping on him, he'll go all the way and just completely cut them off, make life and things difficult for them, and he doesn't care. And Masika said, you know what, I really didn't do anything to you to warrant you to go at me like that. And he said, yeah, I know. I just felt like it. I said, this is your friend. You know how he is. He said, I joined the Alexis train because Alexis is popping. Alexis, you know, she was down with the pay train, and Masika was blowing me off. You know, I'm supposed to be her friend, and yet she's not supporting me. It made absolutely no sense. I'm thinking, oh, Lord. Moniece is trying to speak for Alexis. I'm thinking that's not necessary. Zell was saying that, you know, he was going and, you know, getting them the girls a little shook. Nikki said she wasn't shook. He was like, of course not, baby. You looking good. It's like, I know that he really loves Nikki, baby. And then once the whole Masika versus Zell thing ended, because again, it was an acknowledgement of, at the end of the day, it was misplaced. He then goes and talks to Mr. Why am I calling him Mr. Ray? Talks to Ray, and Ray, he's upset because he's trying to figure out what's going on. Zell said, oh, he blocked me, so I already knew that the energy was off. Ray said, yeah, I blocked you because you were, because you and my friend had a falling out. Yeah, the relationship that had a falling out. They talk about Jay Exclusive. He's a stylist. Again, I had to read up on this stuff because I had no idea what any of this. I was like, what? What is going on? What's the real issue? And so then it was the whole thing of, I can be friends with you because you did my friend dirty type of mentality. Okay, cool, got it. So then Zell said, so you're doing that to me, so how can you understand that I'm feeling a certain way, da, da, da. And then again, he keeps calling him fat and no neck. And then Zell was even saying, you know, I have a fat friend, but she has a neck. She can do all this. I said, oh, my God. But then, I was looking over there like, now you ain't about to call anyone fat. Obviously, I'm not fat, but, I wasn't always this nice and thick. There was a little extra that some people used to say something else. Mind you, what Solo Lucci's glasses, I was meaning to say this. So what the? You have Solo Lucci with the glasses. You have, well, I expect A1 to have something eccentric on. But so, he acknowledged that, calling him fat is a form of bullying. But, even with you, Nina, while talking to you, I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. It's just how I am. There's this thing called a filter. I don't have one. So, I want to apologize. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, why don't you two make up? I was like, make up for what? And I said, exactly. This is the fakest. So then Zell goes and charges for him. So that's when we'll see. Well, actually, maybe we won't. But exactly what Zell does. But we'll see the after effects, definitely. And he gets kicked out. And it looks like everyone goes to raise the fence for like 2.5 seconds, then gets back to the regular mess. Because Cisco's there as well. And everyone's just fighting everyone else's battles. That's the dumb thing about this show. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Come back for part 2 next week. Oh, and thank you, Jesus. My camera will be here tomorrow. You've been so good to me, camera. I'm sorry I dropped you multiple times and messed up the sound. I won't do it for the next one. I promise.